I know I've been gone for like a whole year. This July is going to make it a year since I went off YouTube. I know that I'm going to have a video, like a live update, to explain to you guys why I went, why I left YouTube like that. Anyways, I have an Ankara inspired tutorial. This look that I have going on now, it's inspired by this Ankara fabric that I have tied on. I've seen a lot of this going along and around YouTube, and I see them tying a turban, but I really don't really like the turban vibe, so I kind of did like a bow on my natural hair. This is the fabric, so it has like blue and then red, so I did the red liner, and then it has yellow and then the red lipstick. So if you want to see how I got this look, please keep watching, thumbs up this video, like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. So I'm starting off with a bare face, and then I'm just kind of like touching my pores, and then this is what I use to moisturize. This is the aloe vera gel. I also use it on eye cream. I really love this product. It's amazing and it's pretty affordable. I wanna be a baby, 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 baby. Then I've gone in to draw my eyebrows using my classic brow pencil. I'm just showing the fabric so you guys can see what you're working with. And I'm cleaning up my eyebrows with Almond from Elegant Pro Cosmetics. Then I'm using this concealer palette as my eyeshadow base. I really love this palette. I got it really cheap on Amazon. I prefer it to the Elegant Pro concealers for my eyeshadow base because it helps the eyeshadow to stick more. And I'm using my hand to just blend that out. Then I'm using this S1 powder to kind of set that concealer so that it does not crease. Blending that out. And I'm going in with this Beige Cosmetics 120 palette, and I'm using this red eyeshadow. It's supposed to be red, but it kind of like appeared a little bit pink, but we're still going to work with that. So that's what I'm going to put as my first transition color in my transition area. And I'm just blending that in. And I'm just going to blend. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. Then next, I'm using this MUA eyeshadow in Midnight, and it's like a very pretty blue. This is like going to be like my base shade actually, so I'm going to just put that on to my lid, all over my lid. This is not the exact blue on the scarf, but don't worry, it's going to come out beautifully at the end. I'm just using this as my eyeshadow base to make the blue that I want to put on pop more and stick more. When I get like this, I can't be around you. So let it dim it down a notch, cause I can name some things that I'ma do around you. So I realized that it was really hard to kind of blend. I wanted to blend the edges a little bit into my crease, but the eyeshadow was kind of really hard to blend there. So I really tried it, and I went back with this Take Me to Brazil palette, and I'm using that blue shade there first of all on my lid, exactly where I applied the first MUA eyeshadow, and I'm just putting that in. By the way, I just want to say that I really love this MUA Take Me to Brazil palette, and then I'm putting a blue shade into my crease, and I'm just going to blend that, use that blue shade to blend the edges out. I'm going to show the blue shade that I used later on in this video, but it's not the same blue that I put on in my lid from this palette. That's the blue that I just showed you guys. So I'm putting that directly into my crease, and I'm using that to kind of blend out the edges of the blue, that second blue color that I applied. Basically just kind of like a smoky eye, if you would like to call it that. And I'm going back in with my big tapered brush, and I'm just going to blend all that into each other. I think I put the red back in this part. I think I put back the red there from that palette, and I just blended, and I went back again and just applied some more of that shimmery blue from that palette onto my lid, just to make that pop more, and just to give that a little bit of something. I don't know. And then I'm blending the edges out so that it looks like we just used one shadow instead of 4 or 5. I don't know. My baby did confuse me with that my Cosmetics eyeliner pen, which I really love. By the way, this is amazing. I got it from the mall in Lagos. This is a new brand, and they are really super amazing. And I'm just doing like a random wing liner. So I'm actually going to put glitter on it, so it doesn't really like matter. And I'm using this glitter glue. I really can't remember the name. I'll put that in the description box, hopefully. Then I'm just going to put on the glitter glue comes with this kind of applicator, and then I just put the use the applicator directly where I drew the liner, and then I'm just using the applicator to apply the glue and just cover the liner that I actually have on. Same applicator into the red glitter, and I'm just applying that directly. I really love this glitter glue because the applicator is really small and precise, and it just gets in there, unlike other glitter glues that are really big and the benign or the classic one. So I really actually dipped this into the glitter, and when I took it off, it did not affect the glitter itself. I didn't have any red glitter inside the glitter container, if that's what it's called. And at this point, I would like to say please forgive my hands or palms. I actually just did a dye job on a wig, so that's why my fingers look a little bit black at this point. So this is just it. I went ahead to the other one of camera, and my camera actually cut this out, or I forgot to record it, I don't know, or I thought I was recording it, but I was just showing you guys what I put in my tear duct. I used those two yellow colors and I put it there. What I did is I went and I put the concealer that I use on my lids in that area, and then I put that yellow. So we're actually going on to the face. I'm using this Kiss Beauty primer water, which is really amazing, by the way. I'm just going to spray that on my face, and I'm just kind of going to just like rub it a little bit so that it dries fast. And then I'm going in with this Navy Men shaving balm as my primer today, and I'm just going to rub that everywhere. This really works for me, and it's really amazing, by the way. And then I'm going in with this my Kylie Burgundy palette. I'm using that shade. I can't remember what that's called, but it's in the description box. I'm using that gold shade in my brow as my brow bone highlights. I really like this palette, by the way. I'm actually working on a tutorial for this palette. This palette is really, really gorgeous, and yeah. Like blending it and just everything out together so they look seamless. Using this classic powder, setting powder in Valina, I'm using that to set my face, set the primer basically. I actually bought this as an under eye concealer, but it was a fail, so I just used this to set my face. After I apply primer, oh my god, I'm using this Revlon Color Stay foundation in Cappuccino. This used to be my holy grail, and I really love it, but I realized after I filmed this video that this actually started to oxidize on my face. I don't think I've ever noticed this before, but I have actually realized in this video that I started to look a little bit orange towards the end. So yeah, it's actually because of the foundation and not my camera. So I'm just going to just blend this into my skin using my Real Techniques buffing brush, which is like the real MVP because I've had it for like 2 years plus, and I'm just going to buff that into my skin like real quick. You know how we do. This foundation brush to kind of like apply foundation above my eyebrows, just like take off that harsh concealer effect from cleaning out my brows. So I'm just using this Maybelline concealer in Cafe, and I actually put at the back of my hand instead of putting the applicator directly because it helps me to apply less towards that area. So and I'm just going to use that to highlight under my eyes. So I was trying to say before that in this tutorial I really did not like my right eyebrows. It was looking a little bit somehow, and I didn't notice until I filmed this video, and I really can't actually refilm this, so just kind of ignore that. I know I still went ahead to still use the applicator, but I tried to like be really, really fast with it, and I still went ahead to use the brush to blend that out. As opposed to a beauty blender. Cause I can name some things that I'ma do around you.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 dog. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm
Use my
with you.
foundation brush to like blend that into my skin so that there is no harsh line, baby girl. Like it just looks like everything is coming out of one face, which it actually is. Anyways, that's my sister. She came to come and say hi and come and dance with me and disturb me a little bit. So yeah, we are kind of having our moment here. Natasha Buttercup setting powder. I'm going to use that to set for places that I highlighted with that Maybelline concealer and using my beauty blender.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Wow, wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts.
I was having my moment here, just dancing and enjoying myself. And I'm using this black opal stick foundation in black walnut to contour lightly.
You know this cookie for the bacon. Get it, baby, get it, thanks and rest. Cause you done beat it like the city ain't jet. Diamonds ain't none when I'm riding with you. Diamonds ain't none when I'm shining with you. Just keep it when you're back, cause if I'm your sister, so if they hop around town with you, I know I get wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Body quantity speaking, na 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 na, yeah. Still let go, my baby, give me let go, na 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 na.
To contour using this powder. This is black radiance powder in I can't actually remember, guys. I'm just going to use this powder and then I'm going to contour my face. I'll put it in the description box because I really cannot remember. So I'm just dusting off the excess powder from my face.
Like a Johnny Just, so I'm a
using this classic powder in dark, and I'm just going to use that all over my face as my face powder. Using this classic blush, and then I'm just going to use that. This is really pigmented, as you can see. That a little really went a long way, so I'm just going to blend that out. And I'm using my glow kit, which I really love, and I'm going to just mix the 4 shades together to get my perfect glow. And then I'm going to just apply that. Just going for an extra glow using this opalescent amber highlighter from MUA, and I'm just going to add that on top of that because you know 4 highlighters ain't enough. It ain't gonna do. And then I'm just going to blend that, you know, like so. And then I'm just going to line my lips with this random lip pencil. I'm going in with this Take Me to Brazil palette, and I'm going to use the first blue shade that I actually did use the first time from this palette, and I'm using a pencil brush to just smoke that out. And I went in with a tapered brush and I just blended that out using the red eyeshadow that I used from the Beige Cosmetics palette, and I'm putting this yellow back in just to intensify it a bit and make it pop more. The camera caught this out, but I went in to apply MAC's Ruby Woo lipstick on my lips, and basically I'm just cleaning out the lipstick, and that's literally the end of this tutorial, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one, God willing.